Hi guys, this is Vitaly with AFT Dispatch and A2C Logistics, and in today's video, I'd like to speak with you about the very many changes coming to trucking in America. But first, roll the intro. Welcome back. Before we get started, I'd like to ask you to please like the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you never miss a single release of our videos, where every Friday we're talking about something that could benefit you in your trucking businesses and your trucking careers, as well as cover the loads we've successfully booked for our customers, consisting of leased owner operators and carriers operating under their own MC authorities, running under our truck dispatch services. As always, guys, big thank you for all the likes you've provided in all the previous videos. Please do keep them coming, and let's talk about the many changes coming to American trucking. And first of all, happy 4th of July. You're going to be seeing this video on 4th of July. And so I certainly want to say happy 4th of July and a safe 4th of July. Definitely keep your limbs about yourself and your wits about yourself, making sure that as you fire off those fireworks that you're nice, safe and sound, and everyone else around you, including the kiddos, everyone is nice, safe and sound, got the distance away from all the big booms and all that. But nonetheless, let's talk trucking, guys. The DOT's starting a nationwide CDL audit. You guys have probably heard about this. The whole industry's talking about it. And what they're doing is they're focusing on what's called non-domiciled CDL licensees. And basically what these guys are, these are your non-resident, non-citizen folks who are getting their CDL somehow, and they're saying, wait a minute, you weren't supposed to even get that in the first place. They're trying to figure out what is the process that each state is going through to actually issue these licenses and whether or not that's correct. Well, in fact, they know it's not correct, but what's the process? How does this even come about to happen? And so they're targeting these unqualified CDL holders. They're getting rid of these folks, and they're getting rid of the processes that are leading to such mistakes, and cutting down on the number of trucks that are out there and the number of drivers that are out there, especially the unqualified drivers who should have never hit the road in the first place. Now, the other thing that you guys will be very happy to hear, and we've talked about this in previous videos. We made several videos on this topic, and it's a pretty hot debate out there about the speed limiters. Well, that rule has been canceled, so there will not be any speed limiters for the foreseeable future. And we also talked about this, that most likely as Trump got into office, that was going to get canceled, and it looks like that has been canceled by the Department of Transportation, the FMCSA, and that rule by the Secretary Duffy has been canceled. He's basically saying that the limiters may actually risk safety. And this is exactly what every one of you guys have commented in the comment section on the videos talking about this, that the ones that we've made. Also, this is the same comments that you guys have sent out to the DOT during the comment period. So I'm really glad that they actually listen. Sometimes it really feels like they're not listening to us, but it looks like they did listen. They did consider the risk factors and all the things that truckers that are actually driving the trucks that are out there, and they're saying, look, this is going to be a big problem for a number of reasons. And, we're not going to get into those today. You guys know what those reasons are: being unsafe with speed limiters on semi trucks and setting, the limits that are far below where it needs to be in order for trucks to have some safe operation out there. Now, one of the other things that they're really cracking down on right now is going to be the English test enforcement. That's returning, the EOP. You guys have heard that all over the news. If you can't read or write, or if you can't read road signs, then you're not safe enough to be on the roads. And so a lot of folks are getting pulled off, and a lot of native speakers are saying, hey, hallelujah, you know what I mean? A lot of these guys are going to be off the roads. Maybe that's going to help the capacity crunch and kind of slow things down a little bit, and we can all make some money by getting rid of some of these unqualified drivers. Besides the non-domiciled drivers, that's a different story altogether. That is returning. That's actually been on the books forever. It just wasn't enforced. So now it's actually being enforced. And so that's really what's going on. So drivers who fail, they may be pulled off the road. And this new rule does take effect as of June 25th. So it's been in effect, and they've been pulling drivers off the road and parking their trucks, pulling their CDLs. So that has been happening, and there's been a lot of rhetoric about how many trucks potentially could come off the road, or how many CDLs could get canceled out. For now, we'll just have to kind of sit and watch and see what those numbers end up panning out to be. Ultimately, this should reduce some of the trucks that are on the road. This should improve safety that's on the road. And moving on, the FMCSA is looking at some other things like double brokering. That's been a plague in the industry forever. So now what they're doing is actually they're going to be hitting these guys with bigger penalties, with some civil, with some civil hits, with $10,000 fines and other things that brokers will hopefully be will actually start listening and quit doing this kind of stuff, because this is really affecting carriers. This is affecting, insurance coverages. A lot of stuff's going without coverage. This is affecting a lot of different folks, not just truckers, but it is certainly affecting truckers first and foremost. And so, there's going to be a lot of that happening, and we'll probably hear more of that throughout this year and into 2026 and beyond. Now, furthermore, there's some ELD relief coming in for older trucks, or I should say is going to continue with ELD relief. Your pre 2000 trucks, your 99 and olders, they weren't going to have the ELDs in the first place. They were paper trucks, paper log trucks, and so that's going to continue rather, because they were talking about making mechanical ELDs that were going to kind of run. They were still going to work, and they were going to make them work with the older trucks. So that's off the table. That's no longer being considered. So take a sigh of relief. Feel better about that. You won't have to worry about it. Your truck is still worth its weight in gold. Now, there's also a couple of pilot programs that are coming in for hours of service rules, your ELD HOS rules. So the easiest way to look at it is going to be two pilot programs. One's going to be your flexible sleeper berth, where basically you can split up your sleeper berth into a 6-4 or a 5-5 split. And you can get more information. Just Google it, and you'll get more details on that. The other one is a split duty period, which basically you can take your 14-hour day and you can pause the clock. You can take yourself a 30-minute break all the way up to 3 hours. So anywhere from 30 minutes to 3 hours. So definitely. They're starting to listen to truckers. They're starting to read those comments during the comment periods that they allow to truckers. And I'm so glad that truckers didn't give up, and they actually went in there and left some of those comments in those sections. So that's actually having an effect. So definitely keep it going, and leave your comments in our comment section as well. That'll help the algorithm get this video out there, because I really think that truckers will be happy to see this, especially being 4th of July and all. And finally, the DOT is updating their compliance system. So there's a lot of different things are involved in that. There's going to be all sorts of things that are going to be updated. And part of that's going to be how you're going to be submitting your paperwork when when you get pulled over. You go through your inspections, you get your audit documents, things like that, and how that's going to be submitted to the DOT, so you get credit for the positive, for the clean tests that you're passing. So guys, a lot has been covered in this. Would love to hear from you guys. Make sure to smash the like button if you haven't done so. Leave your comments in the comment section below. For now, I'll switch over the camera. We'll look over the loads that we booked for our customers, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Welcome back. Let's take a look at some of these loads. Guys, this week we have vans and reefers. Everyone did amazingly well. I was a little bit surprised considering today's market, but I guess I shouldn't be surprised. We do have the very best dispatchers out there. We'll go ahead and get started with Milagres pulling a reefer. In fact, everyone ran a week of loads this week, 7 days on the road for everyone. So I won't waste everyone's time repeating that every time. But Milagres only ran one load, and wait till you see how well he did. Now, he was 3 picks, 4 drops in his reefers coming out of Buena Park, California, Ranch Cucamonga, California, and Jurupa Valley, California for his picks. The drops were in Elkton, Florida, Sarasota, Florida, Orlando, Florida, and Lakeland, Florida for his final. It was a 37,000-pound load of CPG and kombucha, perishable product, running at 34 degrees on the reefer, 2,887 loaded miles. Get this, they booked it at $8,400, guys. That's $291 a loaded mile for a ton of miles, going to a wonderful, not a great market, but the temperature, it's a really great place to take off a weekend, maybe spend a day or two enjoying the ocean and the palms and the amazing time. But I'm sure the guys will get you out of there in no time. And that's $291 a loaded mile. That was it for the week, running Wednesday to Wednesday, $8,400. Ran 2,887 loaded miles. Now, he did have 52 deadhead miles, and that dropped him down to 286 when considering deadhead and everything. So from 291 to 286, $8,400 in 7 days, running a light load that only gets lighter and lighter. My hat's off to you. Great dispatching. And Milagres, as always, well done, sir. Moving on to Michael, also pulling a reefer coming out of Platteville, Colorado, going to Methuen, Massachusetts. It's a 38,000-pound loaded dairy product at 34 degrees. 1,968 loaded miles, booked that at $39.65, got him just over $2 at $201 a loaded mile. Then Acton, Massachusetts, coming out to Queensbury, New York, It's a 40,000 pound load of medical supplies at 68 degrees and a reefer. 216 loaded miles, booked at $837. Got him $388 a loaded mile. Then Middlebury, Vermont, coming out to Longhorn, Pennsylvania with a 43,000 pound load of hard seltzers. Now this load was dry, so the reefer stayed off on this one. 332 loaded miles at $900. Got him $271 a loaded mile. Next one's interesting, and the last load for the week for Michael. This was Harrisonburg, Virginia, coming out to Westboro, Massachusetts. A 41,000 pound load of chicken, running 34 degrees on a reefer. Now there was a bit of deadhead there, but it made sense, and so the guys ran with it. So it's 540 loaded miles, and got that booked at $28.50, which got him $528 a loaded mile, over $5 a mile in today's market, guys. Now, like I said, he did have a good number of deadhead, and we'll see that now. The week on the road, Friday to Friday, $8,552 in his reefer in gross, ran 3,056 loaded miles, and got that at $280 a loaded mile. Now, because he did have that 430 miles of deadhead, it dropped him down to $245 with deadhead included. So, guys, either way, great gross, fantastic, lots of miles, over 3,000 miles for the week, very efficient dispatching, great rates, and no matter how you cut it, did a great job. I mean, you know, otherwise you think the market wasn't bad, but yeah, the market's pretty bad. Just our guys are doing a really good job. Next, we're going to move on to David pulling a drive in out of Fountain, Colorado, going to Colorado Springs, Colorado. Starting out in Colorado is rough, guys. It's a 43.8 load of soil, same day pickup and same day drop off. Well, you know, real quick, 14 miles. Booked that at $475. Got him an easy $33.93 on the run. Then out of Colorado Springs, Colorado, zero deadhead coming out to Valiant, Oklahoma. It's a 43.5 load of cardboard boxes, OCC. They're recycled but clean. Reloaded in the same day, basically first day of work for him. And it was 815 loaded miles. Booked at $1,000. Got him a $123 on that one. Just, it was all in one day. Boom, boom, boom. So really good money. Even the $123 was just icing on a cake. Then Valiant, Oklahoma, zero deadhead to Lexington, Kentucky. It's a 43,000 pound load of roll stock. Again, reloaded at the same facility. This case, 749 loaded miles. Booked at $1,580. Got him $211 a loaded mile. Guys, this is all coming out of like tough markets. Then Winchester, Kentucky to Worcester, Ohio. It's a 44,000 pound load of animal feed, 300 miles, $900, $3 a loaded mile, everything on the dot. Excellent job. Then Shreve, Ohio to Grove City, Ohio, quick run there. 45,000 pound load of Walmart products, same day pick, same day drop, 106 loaded miles, booked at $700, got him $660 a loaded mile. The guys are killing it. Then Columbus, Ohio to Maysville, Kentucky. This was an 18,000 pound load of miscellaneous donations, same pick, same day drop off. Excellent dispatching, 120 miles, booked at $600, got him $5 on the dot per loaded mile. Then Portsmouth, Ohio to Wintersville, Ohio. It's a 20,000 pound load of pork product in a dry van, 222 loaded miles. Got that booked at $800, got him $360 a loaded mile, and it finished off strong at Salineville, Ohio, going to Mechanicsville, Virginia. 42,000 pound load of finished gallon products for Super Value. It's a 42K load, 409 loaded miles, booked at $1,200, got him just under $3 at $293 a loaded mile. Remember, this is David's pulling a dry van, but get this, Thursday to Thursday, $7,255 in gross, ran 2,735 loaded miles, booked that at $265 a loaded mile. Then he did have 151 deadhead miles, which got him $251 with deadhead included. But again, that's because he's starting out in Colorado. It's a tough market. The guy's boom, 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 boom. Really tight dispatching. Excellent job on dispatch as well as David. Way to go, guys. Way to go. Moving on to Reggie. He's pulling a dry van coming out of York, Pennsylvania, going to Seymour, Indiana. It's a 43.5 load of FAK, 573 loaded miles at $925. Got him $161 a loaded mile. Then Summersburg, Indiana, Tulsa, Oklahoma. It's a 42.5 load of beverages, 657 loaded miles, booked at $1450. Got him $221 a loaded mile on that one. Then Coffeeville, Kansas, coming out to Rashon, Texas. It's a 15,000 pound load of household goods, light load, 600 miles or $598. Got him booked at $1,275. Got him $213 a loaded mile. Finished off strong at Alvin, Texas, going to Gray Bull, Wyoming. It's a 41,000 pound load of polyanionic cellulose. Probably butchered that, but nonetheless, 1,534 loaded miles coming out to Wyoming for $3,600. Got him $235 loaded mile. All in all, 7 days on the road, Monday to Monday, $7,250 in gross. Ran 3,362 loaded miles. Got 131 deadhead miles, so really nothing crazy there. 216 a loaded mile, and then with deadhead included, got him down to 208. So Reggie did a great job. It's gonna be a little tough out of Wyoming, but he definitely made good money, over $1,000 a day on that one. Finished off strong and hopefully home for the holidays. Next, moving on to what do we got here? We got Ira. Ira is pulling a dry van coming out of McQueenie, Texas, coming to Robert, Louisiana. It's a 10,000 pound load of foam plates bundled in shrink wrap, 488 loaded miles at $1,250. Got him $256 a loaded mile. Then Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, going to Carrollton, Texas, a 42,000 pound load of Cargill commodities, 413 loaded miles at $1,000. Got him $242 a loaded mile. Finished off out of McKinney, Texas, going to Albany, Oregon, which is a 20,000 pound load of miscellaneous FAK, 2,083 loaded miles. Got that booked at just under $2, $4,100. Got him $1.97. Kicked butt, man. Excellent job. Monday to Monday, $6,350 in gross. 213 a loaded mile on his 2,984 loaded miles. And with the 179 deadhead miles, still ended up being over $2 at 201 with deadhead included. So an excellent job here. Way to go. And then finally, we're going to go to Enrique pulling a reefer. You can see that not all reefers are made equal. I mean, Enrique did really well. And at his last load, we're still working on getting them paid because there were some issues that were handled at the receiver that were wrong. But we're going to get to the bottom of that. We're going to get you paid, my friend. Lumber City, Georgia, going to Norfolk, Nebraska. It's a 42.5 load of watermelon. It's a bulk bin running 55 continuous on a reefer. 1,280 loaded miles booked at 2,960. Got him 231 a loaded mile. And then Lamar's, Iowa to back to Manteca. Coming back home, Manteca, California. It's a 43,000 pound ice cream running -20. Tough load. 1,690 loaded miles booked at $3,300. Got him $1.95 on that one. Coming back, guys, from east to west, almost $2 a mile. Granted, it is an ice cream loaded -20 for sure, and it did cause some problems. But like I said, we're working on getting you paid, my friend. And all in all, that was it. $6,250 in gross. Ran 2,970 loaded miles. Booked at $211 a loaded mile and $1.92 with deadhead included. Absolutely fantastic. Only 287 deadhead miles and got them pretty close to home. So way to go, everybody, and enjoy your 4th of July Independence Day. Take care. Welcome back, and thanks for sticking around to the end. Guys, as you can see, the rates are actually coming up. Definitely happy to see that. I know that the Monday after 4th of July, it's going to be pretty rough out there because anyone who didn't make it home is going to be pretty much glad for anything that they can get. So it's going to be pretty cutthroat. So make sure you have yourself a really strong dispatcher who is able to handle such difficult situations, especially in a tough market that we have right now. It doesn't look like things are going to just flip and get better all of a sudden. So if you want to stay in business, if you have your own MC authority, or if you're a lease owner operator, certainly get in touch with us. You can do so by calling or texting us for more information. Numbers 801-448-6363. You can also get more info on our website at aftdispatch.com and request that information on a callback right off the homepage. There's 2 boxes, one's for carriers, one's for owner ops. Just fill out the right box for yourself, pop in your information, and we'll get in touch with you. And until next week, guys, stay healthy, be wealthy. Take care.